Simulation Theory 101, Part 3. Throughout my life, then, I can tell you that I do believe in the simulation idea. I think this is, and this is open discussion, so everybody's got their own opinions, right? But this is what I believe. And from what I've seen and everything that's out there, and I'm learning more all the time. So my opinion could change a year from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, if I have that long. Who knows? I mean, I could get hit by a car tomorrow. You never know in this life. I would be willing to bet that as soon as you have learned everything that you could possibly learn out of life and you have just figured it out, the trip is over. Like there's not going to be bonus time. I don't see that happening. So part of me wants to find all of this out. Like, part of me wants to know, is there a firmament or is there a real globe like what we're taught in school? Part of me wants to know if there's actually satellites or men have been to the moon and stuff like that. But another part of me doesn't really want to know just yet because I'm having a good time. And I don't want it to end now and have to be either rebooted, restarted, right? Or be kicked onto another level where now I have to learn an entirely new type of galaxy of information and leave behind the cool things that I'm doing here because I haven't really done everything here yet. I haven't been to every beach. I haven't been to every world wonder, wonders of the world. I haven't been to every continent yet. I haven't been through enough to where I could say, okay, hands up, I'm done. Simulation's cool and all, but I don't believe in this. I haven't finished yet, so I still think that there's a lot to learn. But the simulation theory makes sense to me. Of course it does. Because of this one thing. I see how much technology has advanced in my short amount of time here on this planet. And I'm sure anybody would agree that over the last 50 years, technology has jumped, according to like all of human history, it has been on fast forward. Like, we have come up with more inventions and more innovations and more advancements in our culture in the last 50 years than was ever done before in record, if that record even exists. All I know is I came into a world that luckily had hot water, the manipulation of fire for cooking, plenty of food, electricity, deodorant, vaccinations, medicines. Luckily I was born in that time frame. And then eventually, throughout my life, things advanced. The whole world changed. When I was a little kid, the world was tiny, like a little tiny place. And that could have been the whole world. In my simulation, my whole world was like 10 people. Then I went to school and I started to realize that there's more people. There's like a couple hundred people. And those couple hundred people seem to have people in their lives as well. So now the potential was maybe a couple thousand people. And then now we're sitting on this number where everybody thinks it's 8 billion people. I don't know if it's 8 billion people. That seems like a hell of a lot of people. I mean, I know numbers pretty well. I've been to stadiums where there's 75,000 people jammed into a stadium. I've also lived in really big cities for short amounts of time. I'm in a big city now. If you were to tell me that out there in the city, my walking around, there was only 75,000 people and not 3 million people, I would believe you. Because 3 million just seems like this crazy, over-embellished, ridiculous damn number. So the simulation theory, It could be a thing. I also am cognizant of the fact with these advancements that it is possible in the future that somebody realizes how to travel through time. If somebody can figure out how to travel through time, the whole game changes. Time travel isn't just a science fiction thing either. The CIA has a document on how to, and it's online, you guys can all look it up. The CIA has a document out there that teaches people how to use their minds to travel through time. Through deep meditation, it is possible, they think, to travel through time. Now, if some future civilization was able to manipulate size and be shrunk down to maybe the size of like a pilot of a mosquito, let's say. And out of all the mosquitoes in the world, the one that's in your house actually has like 50 or 60 people in it, if you could imagine that being a possibility. And it's not really a mosquito, it's a spaceship that was sent through time to spy on you and to watch you. Future technology, that could totally be possible. And if that could be possible, right, then what's to say that the entire thing being some type of show like in the Matrix where you're like something is projecting this into your mind, and this is all just a very elaborate testing ground to see if you're ready for that next level to come out of it. And maybe nobody else in the world is a real person. It's possible. All of it's possible. Everything that we do, our touching, our senses, everything, it's all computated by our minds, but our minds have a way of playing tricks on us. If you don't think that, then you haven't seen a magic show. In a magic show, you look at something, right? And then something absolutely crazy happens that just blows your mind. You can be tricked, you can be deceived, you can be manipulated, you can be influenced. But what happens throughout the course of your life and throughout the training ground and all of that stuff is just part of the dance. You have to understand that you're not just here to consume and to use. You're not just here to be this giant baby that's forever sucking on a golden nipple. That's not what you're here to do. If you think that's what you're here to do, then you were very similar to transgender people. You were born in the wrong body. You should have been born a cow or a pig or something, a feral pig. Because that's what feral pigs do. They don't build cars, they don't fix things, they don't figure things out, they don't know math, right? They're just out there living, breathing, and when they're hungry, they eat something that's dead. That's what you could be. If you want to be that, I support it. I do, but I'm not on that trajectory. I was put here with the brain. I learned the Bible first, then I learned Simon Says, and those two together make quite the combination. If you change out Simon, who was an apostle, and you put God says, touch your head, you touch your head. God says, touch your heart, you touch your heart. Touch your face, you touch your face. Without God saying it, then you lose, type thing. That's all a possibility too. And in the Bible, one of the first things you ever learn is that there are no other gods, right? And only trust that word, and that word is holy and sacred. And no matter what else you hear in this world, that is the truth. And that was one of my first influences, and I stick with that to this day. All of the stories that I've heard, all of the people that have called themselves gods in movies and stuff like Thor and like all of these people that call themselves gods, they haven't swayed me from the original God says principle. God is whatever created this simulation or this life that we lead. And if we are truly being tested, we need to pass.